Believe it or not, you use this piece of technology every single second you're online, and you probably don't even realize it. We're talking about digital certificates. They're kind of the unsung heroes that make the entire internet trustworthy. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how they work. You've seen it a million times, right? That little padlock sitting up there in your browser's address bar. We all know it's supposed to mean, hey, this site is safe. But what's really going on there? How does your browser know for sure? Well, that tiny icon is just the tip of a very, very cool iceberg, and we are about to dive in. All right, so let's start by demystifying what's happening behind that lock. The whole secret really boils down to something that works a lot like an ID card you'd carry around in your wallet. Honestly, that's the absolute best way to think about it. You know how your driver's license proves you are who you say you are? Well, a digital certificate does the exact same thing, but for a website or a company online. It is their official, verifiable proof of identity. And here we have the more formal textbook definition. A digital certificate is an electronic credential, but the most important words on this slide are right here, issued by a trusted organization. See, this isn't some self-made ID card. It's a credential that has real authority behind it, all to prove who's who online. So if it's a digital ID card, what kind of information is actually on it? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the details packed inside. What's so cool here is that some of this stuff is going to look super familiar. Of course, you've got the owner's name, just like on your ID. There's a unique serial number, so it can't be faked, and an expiry date, because hey, trust isn't forever. It needs to be rechecked. But then you've got these two really crucial digital pieces. The owner's public key, which is a bit like a public mailbox slot that anyone can use to drop off an encrypted message that only the owner can open. And finally, the most important part, the digital signature of the issuer. That's the official stamp of approval that says, yep, we checked him out, this is all legit. And that last point, that official stamp of approval, brings up a really, really important question. Who exactly gets to be the one handing out these powerful digital ID cards? Right? It can't just be anybody. I mean, think about it. If you could just print your own passport at home, it would be totally worthless. The whole value of an ID comes from trusting the authority that issued it. And it works the exact same way online. And that authority is called a certificate authority, or a CA for short. These are globally trusted companies whose entire reason for existing is to do that hard work of verifying identities and then issuing the certificates that prove it. They're basically the foundation of this whole system of trust. This analogy just nails it. A certificate authority is the internet's version of the passport office or the DMV. A website has to go to them, prove who they are through a whole bunch of checks, and only then does the CA issue that official, trusted ID that everyone else's browser can rely on. Okay, so we have the ID card, we know what's on it, and we know about the official office that issues it. So now let's put all the pieces together and see this thing in action. Okay, so every single time you visit a website and you see HTTPS and that little lock, there's this lightning-fast security check that happens behind the scenes. Your web browser instantly turns into a little security guard, checking the website's ID before it lets you in. And this all happens in the blink of an eye. Seriously, in just a few milliseconds. Here's what goes down. First, your browser says, hey website, show me your ID. Step 2, it quickly reads the ID, making sure the name matches the site you're trying to visit and that it hasn't expired. Step 3, and this is the big one, it checks that digital signature to make sure it was signed by a CA that the browser already knows and trusts. And finally, step 4, if all of those checks pass, boom, you get the lock icon and a secure encrypted connection is made. So let's zoom out and bring this all home. We've gone through the mechanics, but why does this complex, hidden system matter so much to you and me every day? This simple little equation really says it all. A digital certificate is doing two critical jobs at the exact same time. It's giving you proof of identity, so you know you're really talking to your bank and not some scammer. And it's handing over the key needed to scramble, or encrypt, all the data you send, like your passwords or your credit card number. So the bottom line is this. Without digital certificates, the internet as we know it, well, it just couldn't work. This is the technology that proves a website is who it claims to be. It's what enables the encryption that keeps your private information private, and it's what builds the fundamental layer of trust that makes us all feel safe enough to shop, bank, and live our lives online. So the next time you see that little lock icon, you'll know the incredible chain of trust it represents. It's so much more than an icon. It's a digital passport, verified by a global authority, all working to keep you safe. And that leaves us with a final thought. This same digital ID idea is working in other places too. It's what can secure your emails, verify the apps you download, and protect your software updates. Now that you know what you're looking for, where else can you spot these digital ID cards at work?